Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, Archangels and Ascended Masters, for the perfect grace, perfect clarity, and perfect peace that's here for each of us right now. Let's notice your friend, Archangel Michael, arriving and sitting right next to you, hip to hip. Thank you to the angelic realm, the elemental realm, our ancestors, spirit guides, animal guides, and guardian angels. We thank you for this opportunity for wonderful peace and incredible love. If you could notice um, quite literally your favorite hero or someone who's 10 feet tall and can act like a bodyguard. Let's let that guide come and sit on your left. Really, really tall. Female or male, doesn't matter. So let's take in a breath. And we thank you for this wonderful opportunity for security, for clearing, for clarity, and for healing right now. So let's just take in a breath. And if we can indeed, on your next inhale, breathe in like it's your very first breath. If you could just take note of the bodyguard on your left, like who that is, whether it's someone you know, a figure you know. Also, fictional figures can be true because they have energy around them. So if that's a superhero or Dumbledore, you know, or someone who's going to be a bodyguard, like Thor. Let's just take in a breath. Wonder Woman, 10 feet tall. Let's just take in a breath. Freya. And let's, in saying their name out loud along with Archangel Michael, thank you, Archangel Michael and bodyguard, for being with me. Thank you both for protecting me always. I recognize it's safe for me to keep evolving. Thank you for turning on all the lights. So let's let them turn on all the lights in the space that you're in, the spaces outside the space you're in hallways and rooms and offices. Let's notice every single cell in your body, like fireflies, illuminating. So the internal space that you have, your internal body, your consciousness has all the lights on. Your body has the lights on. Your emotional landscape has the lights on. Your energetic landscape, your energetic body has the lights on. Let's just feel illumination after illumination after illumination. Perfect clarity, perfect peace, perfect love, and perfect joy. And if we could say out loud, thank you, Archangel Michael, for taking the air out of anything that might frighten me. I have no reason to be scared. I choose to release and bypass all propaganda designed to scare me. I release and bypass all propaganda designed to scare me. I see through that folly. And I welcome more love. Good. If we could do something physical, if we could just kind of shake everything out, however you want to do that. So with this illumination, let's just let anything that's stagnant, stuck, stored, let's let it move, and letting anything that is not in the light move away. And if we could do this without making any part of us wrong or bad, but just recognize that human history is about terrorizing each other, terrifying each other repeatedly by killing people for being powerful. Jesus was murdered, Joan of Arc was murdered, civilizations have been murdered and enslaved, genders suppressed. If we could just breathe in, cultures suppressed. So if we could just notice that human history and recognize our freedom right now. So if we could just breathe in, and if we could say out loud, I honor the pain of the past. I choose not to repeat that pain. I'm free to embody love. I am free to be love. I'm free to be loved. I am beloved, and I see and circulate love. So let's just take in a breath. Good. Let's notice Archangel Michael looking you directly in the eye. And if we could, with that eye contact, whether you feel that, see that, hear that, or know that, with that contact, if we could very simply allow yourself to lean into Michael and be that 1% more, 2% more. Let's very simply notice what it's like to feel more secure than you ever have in your entire life. More seen, more heard, more grounded, more connected. If we could just breathe into that and to let that happen. And if we could say out loud, I allow myself to enter new territory. I allow myself to occupy a space where I'm totally free. Where I witness with no charge the people who are trying to terrify me. I choose to see the truth. I choose to respond and not react. I am free. So let's just breathe into all that. And let's indeed notice your superhero friend, your protector, the bodyguard. Let's notice them moving in front of you and walking forward. And let's let them do instantaneously, along with Archangel Michael, scanning the structure that you're in right now, be that a house, an apartment, an office, a car. Let's let them scan that space and letting them instantaneously clear away anything that doesn't serve you, anything that's an unfocused energy or an old energy, letting all the energy where you are be brand new right now. Everything being current with you. Let's let these guides infuse the energy, this fresh energy, with the energy of healing. So you reside in a space right now of healing, an environment of healing. So let's notice three things happening at once: your safety, an environment of love, and healing happening. Let's just breathe into those three things. We've mentioned her, she's might already be here for some. Let's notice the goddess Freya, who does work with courage. Let's let her, like an acrobat, stand on Archangel Michael's shoulders and leap into your consciousness. And let's let her, on your behalf, and with her showing you exactly what she's doing, let's let her very simply deflate or pop any bubbles of fear or terror that might have been planted there intentionally by those who want to control you, by those who have done harm. Let's just take in a breath and pop, 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 pop. Don't get too big, don't get too powerful. Don't use your intuition too much. Don't see through us. Pop, 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 pop. Remember when we killed everyone you knew? Pop, 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 pop. Let's let all the threats pop, all the propaganda pop. Pop, 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 pop. Let's just breathe in. And let's say out loud, I'm safe in the truth. If we could notice, you might hear sirens in the background. Let's very simply notice that help is here. That help is here, that there is no emergency. It's safe for us to clean house. It's safe for us to have our consciousness be our own, our thoughts be our own, our bodies be our own, our emotional landscapes be our own, our energy field be our own. Let's just breathe into all that. And let's say our names out loud. I am Mark. My thoughts are my own. My consciousness is my own. And I choose love. My body is my own. And I am healed. My emotions are my own. And I am free. My energy field is my own. And I'm highly connected. Good, wonderful. So let's just breathe into that. And let's notice, let's move out of the space that you're in. And let's go to the next plateau. And from what Lizelle shared, that's what she went to as the next plateau. And there was something to clear there. Let's just take in a breath. Let's go to that next plateau with Archangel Michael, and notice your bodyguard has preceded you into that space. Let's notice what's there on that next plateau. And perhaps we notice figures that we know. I'm seeing Ram Dass. Just notice who's there for you. Perhaps familiar folks, perhaps new figures. We could just lovingly notice what that plateau is like. And if we could notice between your physical reality, where your physical body's sitting, and where your energetic, your spiritual self is right now on this new plateau, let's notice that dexterity. Let's notice the absence of limitation and the presence of dexterity and spiritual movement and spiritual advancement. So let's just breathe into that. And let's say out loud with your free will, I declare this new plateau as safe. It's safe for me to change. It's safe for me to inhabit a new space. So if we could feel with all the clearing that Freya did, popping all those bubbles of fear, let's notice what it's like to exist on this new plateau with an absence of fear. And to support that, we could perhaps say out loud, I don't need to be frightened to change. I change through insight rather than suffering. Wonderful. We'll just breathe in. Wonderful. And let's indeed notice Archangel Michael with you, your bodyguard with you, Freya with you in this space. Let's notice who else is there, if anyone. Might be different guides. There might be guides that you know. Just breathe in. And let's indeed notice who welcomes you. And let's, as we have a non-physical experience, let's let our physical bodies relax even more. Perhaps an adjustment. Let's notice what opens. Wonderful. We'll just breathe in. And let's lovingly, lovingly, lovingly notice What's being communicated to you in this new space? And if we could breathe in, and this might be really subtle, might be a flash, let's just let the welcoming guide who is here, who might be very kind, let's let them show you more, which might get into dimensions, might not. Let's just give you a tour of the territory. And the goal of that is your knowledge. And if we could breathe in and letting your conscious self, letting your adult self, letting your powerful self be present with this. And if there's any fear to clear, let's very simply just breathe in and exhale it. We'll notice Michael's with you, your bodyguard, Freya, and the welcoming, kind guide, and others. That you are not alone, and it's safe for you to encounter new territory. Let's notice everything being clean, and we'll just breathe in. And let's allow this kind, welcoming guide to embrace you, to welcome you, to illustrate for you and show you that the next space is safe and that you are welcome there. That in truth, we are the gatekeepers, that we're the ones that allow ourselves to go into different spaces. And it's safe for us to know more, to experience more, to be more, and to not make anything or anyone wrong or bad, especially ourselves, to recognize the healing that is instantly available to us, the vastness of our intellect, our wisdom, our love, our ability to be peaceful and to heal, and that we're right here, right now. So let's just breathe into all of this. And let's notice in this moment, and I'm feeling this too, of like what you want to let go of. Maybe there's some expectation, maybe there's some fear, maybe there's some apprehension. If we could just take in a breath, and let's for real, let Michael hold your hand. Notice the bodyguard is here, Freya holding your hand, and the welcoming guide embracing you. And let's lovingly say out loud, thank you for being with me. I release to move forward. I let go to move forward. I am free. And saying your own name, I am Mark. Wonderful. Let's just breathe in. Let's notice what is communicated to you by the welcoming guide, Michael, Freya. If we could say out loud to the universe, I'm not lost. I'm not damaged. I'm right here. I'm safe and secure. I welcome these moments of growth. I am loved in all directions of time. Thank you. So let's just breathe in. They want to conclude, but they want to do a couple things before we conclude this moment. Let's notice the equivalent of bookmarks or markers. Like there is a path right in this space right now, which we could hang out in, but also physical reality. There's a clear path between this non-physical space and the space that your body's occupying and that where you'll spend the day. It's very simply just notice that path being clearly marked in your cells, in your bloodstream, in your consciousness, through your friend Archangel Michael, who knows exactly where you are, your friend Freya. Just notice all that being marked. And if we could say out loud to the welcoming kind guide, thank you so much. Thank you for your friendship. So not a goodbye, but a see you later. Let's just take in a breath. Let's very simply and lovingly just breathe into your physical body right where you are right now. And let's say out loud, let's perhaps actually touch something, a table, your device, your body, a tree. Just notice, and if you could say out loud, I'm safe right here. I'm at home right here. All is well. Thank you, Michael, for being my friend. And to your bodyguard using their name, thank you for being my friend. Thank you, Freya, for being my friend. And to yourself, let's say out loud, thank you for being my friend. I choose love, and I'm always safe. Let's just breathe in. And thank you, Mother, Father, God. Let's really hear this. Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, archangels and ascended masters, for being very strong and present with all of us right now. We celebrate this journey. We celebrate the expansion. We celebrate not stopping at fear. We celebrate moving forward, discovering, having an adventure, and recognizing that we're never alone. We're always welcome. We're welcome in the most brilliant spaces, and that we belong. We celebrate all this, we honor all this, and we cherish all this. And with wonderful generosity, perfect peace, loving joy, we thank the wonderful guides who are here with us and with us always, and we celebrate this expansion. And we quite simply and lovingly ask for this or something better right now in all directions of time, and so it is.